Hello and happy February. I'm going to be making this screencast for February about current things that are going on in our school, primarily going to focus on what's going on in school, what's going on in classroom, and some fun, cool, interesting websites that we've been using in the classroom. So first thing I want to draw your attention to is to the Bobcat Buzz. You simply just go to the Clarenceville page, just type in Clarenceville in your URL bar, and then you go to Botsford, just click on the top link, and it'll take you to our homepage. And then if you go down to the bottom, it says Bobcat Buzz, and Mr. Schiffman puts one of these out every week to make you aware. I already have one open, but you just simply click on it and then it will open it to your desktop. So the main things that he wants to make everybody aware of is the school start time. We start our day at 3:35. When your child comes in before then, just make sure that they check the door. If we're inside, they'll have a blue sign that says inside lineup. If we're outside, then there'll be no sign. Please remember that we don't have adult supervision until 8 o'clock to watch the children, so it's best that you either check them into latchkey or you stay with them until an adult comes to watch them. Some teachers come in at all different times, so we don't want your child to be left out alone. Please also remember that we leave school every day at 3:43. Some students leave early, and just to let you know, I teach right until the bell every day. So if they're leaving early, they're missing part of our science, which is mostly when we do science time. February is a pretty busy month. We have midwinter break. We're looking at that the day after Valentine's Day. So on on February 15th, you get to stay home for a nice long week, and I hope you get to do something fun. I'm going to the dentist. It's not very fun, but I hope you are doing something fun. The other fun thing that we're doing this week is their Student Spotlight this Friday, February 5th. Those will be for students that earned awards that are showing that are excelling in the classroom, are excellent examples of role models in the classroom, and are trying really, really hard. Now we're kind of past the midway point. We just sent out second report card, and we're also sending home conference slips. Please make sure if you get one to return it, so that way I can set up your conference time. If it doesn't work for you, we can always work around that. And we just need to have those filled out. And that's what we're primarily doing here in February. So now, as I tell the students, they're technically now third and a half graders because we have 2 report cards behind them, and we only have 2 more until they go into 4th grade. Make sure homework's coming back. We're still having a huge issue with homework, and please, please, please make sure there is names on homework. I throw away so many homework papers because there's no names, and nobody will claim that they are theirs. I now have Mr. Murphy's class and Ms. Munson's class for math, and it's really hard to find who owns what paper when the students are shuffling between rooms. We're also having a fundraiser, Pennies for Playground, so you can bring in your change starting the week of February 8th, and the money will be used for new playground equipment, which is fun and exciting. We have Count Day coming up, and then we have some fundraisers going on for different types of programs. Here's the floor hockey schedule if your child's into floor hockey. If you have any other questions relating to school or relating to us, our classroom, please email me. As always, I will email you back. I guess I can slip this in here to see if anybody watches my videos. We have decided on a field trip. We have paid for it. We have a date. So we do have a field trip planned, and I'm sure if you tell your student that, I'll know you watched it because they're going to come to class the next day and say, where are we going? So we do have a field trip, and I'm just putting this in there as like the secret message to see who's watching. So that's the buzz. That's what's going on in school. So I'll go ahead and talk about Build with Chrome. Build with Chrome is this awesome website that I kind of just stumbled upon by accident. So in the URL bar, I just type Build with Chrome, and it's building with Legos. When you first come in, it'll ask you if you want to go to the Academy or if you want to go ahead and build. And you can go ahead when you click Build and say, let's build. And this is a great thing for students to do because it teaches them how to use the mouse with click and drag, which are things that we're going to be using for M-Step coming up here. And also, you have to build up your stamina. You have to build up patience. You have to line these blocks up on top of each other to get them to build. And it's a really daunting task to do, especially if you don't have a mouse, which some of our Chromebooks are without mice. They have just the regular built-in mouse pad. So this is a great tool for them to use. I encourage them to use it at home. They have the Academy when you first log in, and the little guy, the little Lego wizard dude, I don't know his name, I don't play Legos, he teaches the students how to use the blocks and how to use the tools. So I told my students after they master those skills that they're going to go ahead and they can start building in the world. And it's really cool because in the world, you're allowed to look at what other people are doing. It's a lot of fun. It's really addicting. You just click and you can build houses and build things. So they give you different Lego blocks, and they give you different options. You want to build like different colors and things. And then they have extras that have like the doors, the windows, and different things you can make. This is great because I was looking at some of them for other people have done, and just seeing how innovative people have to be to go ahead and build some of these things that they're doing. So it's really cool that you're given a limited amount of blocks, and it's up to you to make creative things. And the students absolutely love doing this in the classroom. So that's one of our new tools. It's great for building up stamina. It's great for building. It's great for architecture because, as we know, architecture people, they also do designs and 3D models. So this is just a great way to get used to some career skills that they'll be using down the road. So this is fun. We've been learning about this. Believe it or not, a lot of the girls are very interested in doing this. I definitely thought more of the boys would want to be more engaged with this because Legos is kind of, I know they say it's not geared towards boys, but some more of the boys like to build more than girls. And the girls are totally dominating this website and they love to use it, which is good. So I hope they all become architects in the future. So that's one of our websites. The other one I've talked about before is Google Docs. I've been showing the kids how on the Chromebook to copy and paste pictures. It's completely different than the way that we normally use a regular like laptop or tablet. Our Chromebook's a little fussy. So we've been teaching them how to drop and drag pictures and how to copy and paste them, which is another skill they're going to have to learn if they want to go to college. This week, though, since they already started learning how to use them, I'm going to teach them how to copyright things so that way we can go out and cite our work and we're not stealing things that we shouldn't be stealing. So when we go into Google Doc, you just type in Google Doc and you'll come up to a place that looks like this. And this little blue button won't be here when you're top of the page, but if you pull it down, it appears and then you just click on it and you can go to Google Doc. There's this new cool thing. I went to a seminar about it. It's called Read and Write with Google. So I'll type it on here. It's called Read and Write by Google. And what you do is you can just type it into a URL bar and you just type Read and Write with Google. Mine's probably not going to pop up because I have it downloaded on my computer already, but it pops up and it's right here in the Chrome store. You click on it, and yes, you can go through Google Drive and Docs to go ahead and get this too. It's just an app, and then you click Add to Chrome. You have to add it to each email address you have. Currently, I'm on my normal one, so you have to add it to each and every single one. What I love about Chrome is that students that maybe have a disability or students that struggle with typing, I know I'm one of these people. When I type, I can read my paper 5,000 times and think it's perfect. But yet, if I send it to somebody, they'll always say, well, you missed this word, you missed that word. And it's not because I'm being lazy or I don't read it. It's just because that's just what my brain does. And I read there was a study that kids are doing this now. So what I love about this is it has where you can talk, where we talked about this before, where you go to the voice typing, you click on it, and then it types in what you're saying without you typing it. And then after you type like a big long paragraph, a big paper, you can go ahead and click on it, and then you can hit the play button built in right here. And this will play whatever you wrote. So if you wrote like a 10-page paper, it will read your 10-page paper to you. And students, when they listen to it, they realize, oh, I should stop here, or oh, that sounds weird, or oh, I definitely forgot a word there. That's what I use with my homework because I'm still in college and I'll be there forever. But I use it, and I notice a lot of my students that are special ed, they use it and they enjoy using it as well. There's also some cool MSTEP features on here. We have the highlighting. I'm really drilling into them that if you provide an answer, how do you know? What's your evidence? Show me. I'm really kind of being like the police officer. You know, when you go to court, you have to show evidence for why somebody's guilty. Well, now in school, you have to show evidence for why you're picking the answers you do. So you can pick on one of the highlighters and you can highlight your work that you want that is important. And they get this option in MSTEP. So it's important to let them use tools on here as well. So that way they can get used to highlighting. It's not exactly the same. To use the highlighter, you can hold and drag it and then you can just click on it. Different colors are different things. If you're doing like a paper, you can do that too. Chrome can also go with you on like a website. So I know Wikipedia is bad, but it's the only one I can think of right now, just to give me a whole bunch of words to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to go on Wikipedia here, and I'm just going to type in dogs because I like dogs. So let's type that in. So there's like a whole article about dogs, and what you can do is just come up with some questions for your kids about a website. Maybe you know a better one than Wikipedia. So my read and write icon is right here. You can see this little pink, purple puzzle piece. You click on it, takes it a second to load. But then here's the tools. And as they're reading, maybe you want them to notice bolded words. So you can tell your child, take the blue highlighter and highlight all bolded words have to be in blue. And then this is what's happening on the web page. And then say that you want them to look up things that are funny for them. So maybe they think this line's funny. So they can go ahead and you say they have to highlight it in pink. And this is not wasting paper. This is something they can totally do on their own. And then this is something that they don't need your help for. And then you can come and look and say, okay, all bolded words are in blue. Pink means this is funny. Yellow means this. This is a great, good step feature that students need to get used to providing evidence for. So that's another one. There's a dictionary one in here too that you can look up words. And then I believe there's a picture dictionary, because I know some of the students, here we go, picture dictionary. And what it does is it tells you what the word is and with a picture. For ESL students, this is great. So I found the word dog. Maybe I don't know what a dog is because I didn't learn. So I can just click on here, the picture dictionary, and it takes a second to download. And then these are all cartoon pictures of dogs. And as your child's reading, maybe they don't know what some of these words are. Maybe it's kind of hard because it's all dogs, but maybe they don't know what behavior is. So you can just click on it, picture dictionary. So it gives you like some signs. Maybe this isn't helpful. So still highlighting behavior. All I'm doing is just holding down my mouse and highlighting like normal. And I'm just going to the dictionary, and here it is. It's not a lot of work. We're working on dictionary work. So I encourage all my students to use this. So those are some new cool little tools that we have. I'm going to conferences, I'm doing everything I can do to think of some more cool step ways and just getting students trying to use the internet for more educational purposes. And plus it's fun. I mean, they're really doing this on a web page and you're not affecting Wikipedia in any way, shape, or form. So Wikipedia will be fine if you're done Google writing and reading on there. So that's it for February. It's a pretty short month because we have a nice little midwinter break, and I hope you get to use the tools. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me. Math, I'm not going to show a video because we're still doing all the same math multiplication tricks and tips that I showed last video, so that's going to stay up. I need to post the website links to some cool songs for YouTube, but other than that, nothing else has really changed. Science, we're learning about dinosaurs. Social studies, still staying with the state of Michigan. Writing, we're working about realistic fiction. Realistic fiction is like Winn-Dixie. It's a real story, but as I've been telling students, there's parts in it that are fabricated or made up. So there's that in there. And reading, we are going to be working on mystery, but we're waiting for Miss Munson and Mr. Murphy to catch up to us in our reading. So that is our screencast for February. If you have any questions, you can email me and I'll answer you as soon as possible. Till then, take care of yourself and have a great day. Bye-bye.